Hi guys, in this video, I'm going to show you a quick and dirty way to create a table from a select statement, right? 80% of the times at your workplace, the database administrator or your SQL developer will actually create tables in the way we have discussed in my previous videos. So if you haven't watched that video, I highly recommend to watch the create table video where I taught you the right way, right? This is quick and dirty. The reason why I'm saying quick and dirty, right? Anytime you create a table from a select statement, it will not create the necessary constraints on the table, right? But when I say constraints, primary key, foreign key, indexing, and all that will not be present. So that is something you have to take into account after the fact you have created the table using a select statement, right? So I'll give you a couple of examples. One example is how to create a table from a select statement and also insert the data of that select statement as well, right? And the second option is where you create the table from the select statement, but you're not going to insert the data, right? So I'll show you both the examples and why, who is going to use it, right? Any developer who has uh, vast knowledge of the business, and also he's ultra comfortable with the databases of his workplace, then and also they want to build an aggregate or a a subset of the data that is already present. So at that time you use this um, feature. But like I said, it's not custom that it is being it is going to be followed like at your workplace. But like I said again, if you have an experienced developer who knows like in and out of your business and the databases, definitely you will see them doing this. So to speed up things, right? So anyways, this is a powerful feature. I'll definitely is used at your at the place of work. Okay. Okay. Now digging deep into the use case right now. So I'm trying to create a table called book contracts. If you see here, there's no book contracts table here. So what I'm going to do is I want to drop it if it is there. So there's no table, so that's fine. So what I'm doing is the syntax of creating a table from a select statement is this: create table, table name as, and then followed by the select statement. So what this select statement does is the company decided to give contracts to all the authors who sold um, you know more than 2 books, right? So those are the authors that are going to get their quarterly contracts, right? So for that they asked the SQL developer to create a table and pump all these other details into there. So it's easy for them to go in and check the sales of the author and also the quantity that author has other books has sold, right? So that is the SQL statement. So when I execute this SQL as a whole, you can see here the create table is executed, and also 3 records got inserted, right? So which means if I refresh here, you should be able to see the book contracts table here now, right? So if you want to examine the data that got loaded, you can go in here and select the table, and you can see the author and the sale amount by selling those other books from the sales by author, and the quantity of the books that got sold, right? Which is greater than 2. So now coming to the second use case where you want to create a table, right, called book contracts, but you don't want to load the data because either you don't have like real data there, so the data needs to be yet to be loaded into the master table. So basically, like you don't have the rights to load it at that point of time. So in that case, you will create a table from the select table structure, but you're not going to load the data. So what it is, right? Before that, I have to drop the table because I'm again recreating the same table again, right? So now if you observe here, it's the same SQL as above. The only difference is I added a where clause, and in the where clause I put 1 equal to 2, right? 1 equal to 2 means the condition is always false, right? 1 equal to 2. It's not true, right? So basically, if you do this, this is a technique where if you use that technique, what it does is it still executes the SQL with 0 records because this condition is not met, right? So now if I select this whole SQL, again, it's similar to the one above. I just added this where 1 equal to 2. So when I execute this, here we go. The create table statement is there, but 0 records. So if I go into this, the table structure got created, but with no data in there, right? So this is the two ways of quick and dirty, like ways of like creating tables with data from a select statement and also without data from a select state, just the structure. So once the table is created, you can go into the database and you can create primary keys and indexes and foreign keys, whatnot, all is required on that table, right? So once again, Google and get some more examples and practice. Take care.